Welcome to a day in the life living in Bali. I tend to wake up between 6 and 6:30 very naturally, and it tends to be raining first thing in the morning at this time of the year. And I just love to sit outside and watch the rain, have a stretch, and gently wake up. And despite the rain, we love to stick to our morning routine and we go straight down to the beach. But I have this little morning ritual that I do before I get on the bike and before we leave the villa. I go and look at the temple through the wall, and there's this little hole in the wall, and I just thank Bali for having me and I count my blessings. And this just feels like a lovely ritual to start every single day. And then I hop on the bike and we make our way down to the beach, and I always just feel so much happiness at this time in the morning. And one thing I must say about being in Bali is, like, regardless of the rain or the storms or the sunshine, anything, we are always greeted by the happiest, warmest faces, and it's just so lovely to see and feel that energy. Pagi! Pagi, Pagi! We then go for our morning beach walk, and hey, look, I feel like it's really important to show the reality of some parts of Bali. Like, it's not the cleanest. There are definitely parts of Canggu where there's litter on the beaches, and I just didn't want to cut this out. Once you see past all of that, Bali is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. Terima kasih. Followed by going to a cafe called Times Warung, and it's where we order our coconuts and we both journal, and it's a beautiful time of our day where we can sit in peace and reflect and set intentions for the day ahead as well. Okay, today was a particularly cold, stormy morning, so it's not normally like this, but I definitely had the goosebumps. So I warmed up with a cup of hot coffee and observed the Bali offerings go out in the morning called Kanang Sari. Then we make our way to the Nirvana gym, which is somewhere that we're religiously going to for about 2 or 3 hours a day. And I just start off with light stretches, really take my time. Before I would kind of spend 45 minutes to an hour, but now I'm just kind of playing around. I feel really playful, actually. It's fun. It's like an adult's playground, and there's some very inspiring gymnasts that go to Nirvana as well. So yeah, I love just observing. After our workouts, we love to use the spa area, and there's a hot tub, there are ice baths, saunas, so we tend to sit in the sauna for about 20 to 30 minutes and then use the baths, followed by a delicious lunch, maybe read my book, and then when I get home, it's time to work. So I still like to set the scene, so I light some incense, maybe some candles. I play some gentle piano music. I must say, work here is way more chilled and relaxed compared to what I'm used to in London. But the ethos here is around working more efficiently in less time. And because of the time difference in Europe, it means that I have my mornings free and I can start work in the afternoon through to the evenings, and I found this routine for me is really working. Most afternoons I order the most delicious acai bowl from a place called Nalu Bowls. And another ritual I have during my days here in Bali is to go and visit the banyan tree, which I'm so fortunate to have next to my villa. And the banyan tree in Bali is known to be a very sacred and healing tree, and it's something that I have very much felt here. And I tend to just sit underneath her and I look up and I listen. I ask questions, I meditate, I pray, and this is a time just for me, and I feel so connected to the banyan, which I've never had before. This is a completely new thing for me, but yeah, she's pretty magnificent. The Balinese banyan to me is very similar to the grandmother willow in Pocahontas. That's the best way I can describe her. And she's nestled in the jungle, surrounded by these beautiful temples. So it's lovely to go for a peaceful late afternoon walk and look at all the beautiful flowers and hear the birds. I feel so at peace here. And I've never felt this kind of connection to nature in this way before. And then in the evening, I go back out to the rice paddies where I started my morning, observe the nature and the birds, and I tend to just make a little dinner at home and get a very early night. I'm normally in bed by 9:30. So that's my day in Bali. I really hope you've enjoyed this video.